most of my students believe that you meet the guy and there's this click and you flat fall in love and there's an immediate spark. And that sometimes happens, but I've actually found the more that I myself have met so many different guys all over the world, and especially with Indian guys, that it's most of the time the subtle, small things that help you develop the comfort and feeling safe with the person that makes him want to open up to you. And when he opens up to you, you feel more safe, and then eventually there's a spark. So today I wanted to share some of the easy, simple things that you can do with very little money that will help guys open up to you. And when the guys open up to us, we women feel safe, and then we feel the spark with them. So it's a way to create emotional connection actively and to even control how you can feel emotional connection with almost any guy. So these are my personal tips for you. I have been using these tips as a professional Indian matchmaker over the years. I will admit that I haven't paid a lot of attention to these things in the past simply because I didn't realize just how important they actually are. We human beings have been evolving for, I guess, millions of years. I'm not an expert in evolutionary history, but we have been evolving for so long without communication, without speech, without this relatively modern way of getting to know each other, which is okay, we sit across from each other at in a coffee shop or in some kind of public place, and we're like, okay, so what about you? How many brothers and sisters do you have? And it can feel really artificial. The old way of getting to know each other, especially someone who's from a different background or a different environment, anyone who's from outside the community, was considered dangerous, and therefore our bodies react very strongly to anyone who's different. But you have the highest chances of being biologically happy with someone who is quite different from you. I found that to move beyond these initial signals that can make us not want to get to know any guy and therefore stay single forever is to use these very simple tips and tricks that help a guy feel more comfortable around you, feel more attracted to you, help you feel more confident in yourself because you are more attractive to the guy, and therefore make so much more progress and so much faster progress in your personal life simply because you are using these very simple tips and tricks that are not often shared. I've had to learn all of them by trial and error simply because nobody ever told me. But I want to share them with you so that you're able to implement them and see results in your personal life because men are opening up to you, because they're more interested in you, simply because you're using these tips and tricks. The first thing that you want to do is wear colors that match each other. Just this morning, I was having coffee with this guy. He was wearing a blue shirt and khaki pants. And when he got up and went to the bathroom, I saw that his pants were khaki and his shirt was blue. And my brain immediately thought, wow, that's such a nice color combination, blue and khaki. It just intuitively goes well together. I didn't even consciously think this thought. I only realized later that my brain had appreciated the color combination that he was wearing. Similarly, this morning I was at tennis, and this guy who's not attractive at all had a t-shirt that matched the color of his shoes exactly. And my brain noticed that before my conscious mind realized that. So it immediately made him attractive to me, even though he's really not a good-looking guy at all. So color combinations, colors that naturally go together, are a huge part of how someone perceives you. I believe that today it's called color therapy. I really recommend that you use this, and you can find lots of information about it online. I currently don't teach it, but maybe I should. It's a very simple and easy way to get a guy interested in you and to subconsciously perceive you as more attractive simply because you're wearing colors that actually match you. Tip number two is to just drink more water. Most of us feel really stressed and anxious because we are dehydrated. When you are dehydrated, very often you will feel hungry. And I've just come back from a week of being in nature with a bunch of women. Many of them were complaining to me that they had headaches, that they felt anxious. And then they asked them, okay, so how much water did you drink? And they would be like 1 liter. And it was, I don't know, 6 p.m. in the evening. Most of us just don't drink enough water. I found that as soon as summer started here in Mumbai, I was starting to feel more dehydrated and anxious, even though I was drinking 3 liters. And so I had to up my intake to 4, sometimes 5 liters. And ideally, I should be drinking 6. So whatever you're drinking, drink more. The moment that you are more hydrated, your body will automatically relax more, your nervous system will relax more, and guys will see you as more attractive because you are more relaxed. Drinking more water is one of the easiest ways to be more attractive to men, simply because men are most attracted to us when we are relaxed, when we're calm, when we're in a peaceful Zen state of mind. And the best way to get into this frame of mind without doing anything radically different is just drinking more water. The best ways that I have personally found to increase my water intake is to drink some kind of flavored water. You can buy an electrolyte packet, put it into your water. I like drinking green tea, and sometimes I add a little bit of honey if I'm really trying to increase my water intake and struggling to do it. Or I will have an infusion. So I'll put like mint and lemon into my water, and that'll make it more interesting and exciting. But just the fact of having more hydration in your body will automatically make you a more relaxed person, and you will be more relaxed with the guy. Even if you are only talking to the guy on the phone, your voice, your whole personality will be more relaxed with that guy, and he will be able to perceive it. And my final tip for getting to know guys and being more attractive to men is to just listen to them more. I remember I went on a date with this guy. I think it was back in March or February. And during our first date, he just talked so much about nothing. Like, it was absolutely boring. A lot of women complain to me that guys are super boring on the first date. They don't ask enough questions about us. This is because they're nervous. And when some people are nervous, they just talk because they're comfortable talking. So they just talk, blah, 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 and it's rubbish, and it's not meant to be meaningful. It's not meant to be interesting, and it's not. But many of us women, we judge a guy on not being interesting, and we say, okay, he's not interested in me. No, he's just nervous. So the best thing that I do is just stay silent and then listen to him. And when you listen to men, they feel important, and then their ego gets stroked, and then they are more interested in you. So I would recommend just listening to a guy, even if it's on the phone, because he will be more interested in you. Remember that meeting and dating a husband material man, building a relationship with him, falling in love, it is a process. It almost never happens overnight. I just met a woman who got married 3 months ago, and I asked her, like, she has met her husband 10 years ago. And I asked her, was there a spark when you first met? And she's like, no, we built it over time. And I would say that's true for every single guy I dated, including my longest relationships. It was always built over time, seeing each other multiple times, building that trust, building that safety that enabled us to open up to each other, that enabled us to build a friendship, and eventually enabled us to start and build a serious long-term committed relationship together. It's never an immediate spark, almost never, even for the longest lasting, most romantic relationships. The best ways to increase the chances of that safety and the other person wanting to build with you is to use these 3 tips, which are pretty easy and anyone can do. I teach you exactly how to implement small baby steps just like this inside the Perfect Match program, my signature 6-month matchmaking program. In the Perfect Match program, I send you 24 matches every single week for 6 months. So you are guaranteed to meet attractive, ambitious Indian guys who are ready now for marriage and family. I also teach you my signature system to find a man you can imagine marrying, no matter where you live, and even if you have zero dating experience, based on years and years, I would say decades at this point, of personal dating experience, interviewing over 3,000 married people, and an academic background in human behavior and psychology from New York University, NYU in New York City. My name is Malaika Neri. I'm a professional Indian matchmaker. I am here to make sure that you get married. I'm your ally, your guide, your mentor in this journey. And inside the Perfect Match program, we will work together to ensure that this happens for you this year. It is realistic, it is achievable, and it is very much within your means, as long as you take that first baby step to engage in the actual action steps, just like I've shared on this video, that allow you to bring husband material men into your life, A, and B, build an emotional connection with them. I'd love to work with you inside the Perfect Match program whenever you're ready. And in the meanwhile, like and subscribe to my channel so you never miss another video on exactly how to build an amazing connection with a man you can imagine marrying. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.